For the next chapter, I wanted to introduce a concept that the Roma people have had for a long time, and it's a folk ancestor. It's Afro Caribbean. It's from Madrid. It's also Spanish, a Madrid style. I come from a heritage from Madrid, North Africa, the Mediterranean, the Roma people, the Romani people that were living in Puerto Rico, Cuba, Brazil, Latin America, Haiti, all these different countries have Roma people into the ethnic cultures of their respective places. And so this folk altar I have, as I explained in the previous videos, was 2022. We want to make sure that we focus on the color white. White is a representation of Obatala, purity. We also have the feminine aspect of Obatala, Oshanla. I have here the white roses, very important to the tradition. And so, closer in depth, I want to show you uh, how I'm going to connect to my ancestors, how I'm going to connect to my madrina, my godmother, who was from Cuba, from La Habana. And she taught me how to kind of call your ancestors, how to bring them to be with you at the table, to invite them to you, to bring them closer to you when, especially in the moment when the candle becomes really strong. Like I feel like right now my altar is showing me a very vibrant and strong and intense candle. So it's kind of talking. It's very important to understand the main and the most important part of the tradition that the old ladies and elders and old men and all these different cultures, that reading a candle, it wasn't just that you just have a candle that's lit, or that you're lighting a candle for your ancestor, or you're dedicating the candle, but how to read the flame. Is it fast? Is it calm? Is it wild? To me, it's like talking to me. It's like chattering. It wants to explain something. So I know that the spirit is here. I know that Carmen used to love sewing. I brought Carmen all the things and the gifts that I remember her. My madrina, she taught me how to sew, and so I have these kits. So into what she wants and what I felt that right away was I wanted to dedicate un café, a coffee, to my ancestors, to my madrina. And so what you do is you can use sugar. In this case, I have sugar morena. Esto es para la Carmen. This is for Carmen. She wants me to have a consultation with her. She wants to explain to me more about the mysteries of our tradition, and in a more personal moment, to understand what it is that I'm trying to understand here. So I offered two teaspoons of sugar. I don't need to offer too much sugar because the ancestors really didn't want a lot of sugar in their coffee. They like sugar though. Cinnamon, just a touch, just because I have a feeling that that's what I'm feeling. And a little bit of honey. Okay. This is symbolic because for the Roma people, coffee is a very central, important part of what we call a psychic reading, where you take the grains, you take the coffee, and you study the coffee. Now, this is a different style. There's a style where you get a shot of coffee and put it upside down. You read the way that it made kind of a mess on the bottom of the plate, and you kind of see if it's clean, if it's neat, if it didn't drip a lot, or if it's kind of scattered and grainy. It has different characteristics of a reading. For me, it's really simple. I just want to kind of have a delightful moment with the spirit, kind of just invite the spirit to me, to La Carmen Sofia, to La Mesa Blanca, La Rosa Blanca, de los Espiritistas, Santeros, everything that I know from the past in Puerto Rico and Cuba, all these people that I've met when I was a kid, and the traditions of Spain, La Roma people. How do we have a psychic reading? Sometimes the answers don't come to us right away. Sometimes you have to be quiet and silent. Sometimes you have to hear music to connect. For me, I felt like she wanted to get my attention to say that basically it's a high alert of like there's a lot of bad things happening, like a lot of evilness, and we have a way to address this problem very quickly. In our Roma tradition, we have the eye of Fatima to fight the evil eye. We have this amulet. I'm going to use cinnamon, and I'm gonna wish the hex, the evil, the spells, the witchcraft, anything that's negative, all these bad energies through white magic, through the Rosa Blanca, the white rose dedicated to my ancestors. Make sure that we're gonna keep and pay attention to what's happening here. Now we're gonna kind of use this the burnt um cinnamon to ward off the evil eye. I think she wants me to pay attention to the evil eye because it is or has afflicted me